Neil, you're going to enjoy seeing what Lauren and I did at Mona Vale. I actually was a good lad on Valentine's Day. Took my wife to Mona Vale Park.
Sounds great.
Now, when we were there, it was just fascinating to go and see the flowers and everything. But what really spoke to me was I didn't know what we were going to do. And being a task-orientated bloke, I tell you, that was a bit of a
Bit of a challenge.
So we just sat at the park, we looked at the flowers, and I went and photographed Lauren around the place, doing various things like you do. But the most important time for us on Valentine's Day weekend was that we just sat on a park bench and did absolutely nothing.
Just time together.
It was just time together, and it was quietness. I couldn't think of anything to say because I'm not that good. But our breathing began to match each other's breathing. I think our heart rates even began to match, and you subliminally tend to move a little bit closer. It's just the most amazing magic time. How did it go? Oh, relationship expert?
Well, look, that's great. I mean, that's obviously the ways to actually build intimacy. I mean, in today's world, so many couples just want to dive into the physical stuff. And when you start a relationship that way, you're actually starting off on the wrong foot, because it's a lot harder to build the other dimensions of intimacy into your relationship. Much better if you spend time with each other, talking and just sharing stuff and doing things together before you get to the physical sides of intimacy.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit like that with God, I think, too.
Oh, it certainly is.
Yeah. I've noticed sometimes people have a supernatural conversion story and they just think, wow, it's almost as if God himself visited them, but it creates a problem.
Yeah, because what can happen then is you can forget about the other dimensions of your relationship, and you think it's going to be that way all the time, but it's not actually that way all the time.
Yeah, and that's why God and the Bible, church pastors, the priests, they all say, look, there's some spiritual disciplines. If you want to be intimate and draw closer to God, there's things you need to do, and if you want to tie them all together, so it's one simple point. The simple point is you need to be spending time with God.
That's how it's spelled. It's spelt with time, and you can't shortchange that. In a relationship, you can't shortchange the time, and time with God is a relationship, and you can't shortchange that. You've got to spend the time reading and getting to know Him.